Good morning students. In the last classes we discussed about types of product, right? Means we can have dot product and vector product. We know that the dot product of two vectors is always a scalar and the vector product of two vectors is a vector. And a particle moving in a plane, for example, this is a vector moving in a plane, its component are divided into along 3 dimensions, that is, if you consider A as a vector, its component can be derived along 3 axes as x component along Ax I cap, Ay j cap plus Az k cap, and the magnitude of this vector is given by root of coefficient of component along x axis square, that is Ax square plus Ay square plus Az square. So, this is the way we have resolved a component into 2 components, and we done dot product of 2 vectors as A bar dot B bar is equals to AB cos theta. If you do dot product, how to do get the answer? Ax into Bx plus Ay into By plus Az into Bz. So, we got only the magnitudes of the coefficients along x axis, y axis and z axis. If we do cross product, we get the component as AB sin theta into n cap, where n cap is a unit vector whose direction is perpendicular to A bar and B bar. The resultant can be calculated by using the method of determinant, that is I cap, j cap, k cap, Ax, Ay, Az, Bx, By, Bz. So, this is the way we have done till now. Now, as we clearly confirm that when a vector is moving in plane, for example 2i cap plus 3j cap minus k cap, means the coefficient of component along x axis is 2, along y axis 3, along z axis minus 1. So, we cannot add directly like algebraic method, for example 2 plus 3 plus minus 1. We can't get the answer as 2 plus 3 minus 1 as 4. There are different methods are there some laws are there existed to add 2 vectors. We have vector addition or vector subtraction. So, we have different laws are there, those are called laws of vector addition. So, we have 2 laws which are helpful to add or subtract 2 vectors. To add or subtract 2 vectors, there is first one is called triangle law of vector addition, and another one is parallelogram law of vector addition. So, we can add 2 vectors by using these 2 methods. Those are called what? Law of or laws of vector addition. So, first we are going to discuss about triangle law of vector addition. Let us see what it explains, how we can get the resultant of 2 vectors by using triangle law of vector addition. As we know, a vector is represented by an arrow mark. So, this head gives direction, the length of this arrow gives what? Magnitude of vector, and this is what? Head gives direction, direction of the resultant vector. Now, this method is also called as head to tail method. Why? Let us see why it is called head to tail method. So, we said clearly that we can add or subtract 2 vectors by using vector laws of addition. By using what? Vector laws of addition. These 2 laws are helpful only for what? To add or subtract 2 vectors only. So, let us take 2 vectors, okay. We can add by using this method. Let us see. So, if I have taken two vectors, that is A bar and the one is B bar, I place it like this, A bar. Now, I am going to connect head to tail. So, this is head, right? This is tail, this is B bar. A bar and B bar, these two vectors having magnitude and direction, yes. So, we connect it in such a way that head is connected to tail or tail is connected to head. Then this is not a triangle, then the other side gives resultant vector, so in opposite direction. Actually, what we have to do, we should connect tail to head, but we are connecting head to head, tail to tail. This gives what? Resultant vector in opposite direction, that is equals to what? R bar is equals to A bar plus B bar. So, we can write the statement as what? If, what is this? Two sides of a triangle, two sides of a triangle represents, what it represents, ma? A bar and B bar. What are A bar and B bar? Vectors which has magnitude and direction. So, if two sides of a triangle represents two vectors having magnitude and direction, then the other side gives what? The other side gives what? Resultant vector in which direction? Opposite direction. Okay. See, for example, if two vectors are there, this is A bar and this is B bar, then this gives what? R bar. R bar is equals to what? A bar plus B bar, that is equals to what, ma? Root of A square plus B square, right? This is not A plus B. Why? These two sides of a rectangle triangle, then by using Pythagoras theorem, we can get the answer is what? R is equals to root of A square plus B square. For example, we add this one, subtract, this is A bar. Now we change the direction, right? This is B bar. So now this is what? A bar minus B bar. See here, if you change the direction, the head becomes tail and tail becomes head. So then this gives the resultant vector, that is what? A bar minus B bar. So these are the ways to calculate, to add two vectors. But this can be applicable only for what? When two vectors are at right angles. When two vectors are at right angles. Now I am going to take the very important one. Parallelogram law of vector addition, very important for 5 marks. As we know, what is the difference between rectangle and parallelogram, right? In rectangle, the adjacent sides are perpendicular to each other, but in parallelogram, the adjacent sides are at angle. So the parallelogram statement I am going to write that same like that. If two sides of a parallelogram represents two vectors, same, two vectors having magnitude and direction, then what is the thing here changes is the diagonal passing through it gives resultant vector. See the statement, this is important ma. What the statement represents that if two sides of a parallelogram represents two vectors having magnitude and direction, then the diagonal passing through it gives resultant vector. Let us see, this derivation is very important for 5 marks. How they will ask is, they can ask state and explain parallelogram law of vector addition or derive the expression for finding the magnitude and direction of resultant of two vectors. What they ask ma? Expression for magnitude and direction of two vectors acting at an angle. Yes, they can ask directly as parallelogram law or expression for magnitude and direction of resultant of two vectors acting at an angle. Listen carefully. I am taking two vectors, that is A bar and B bar. These two represent two sides of a parallelogram. As we know, in a parallelogram, the opposite sides are similar. So, this is A bar and this is B bar. The angle between two vectors is theta. Theta is what? Angle between two vectors. Let us ask, according to the statement, the diagonal passing through it gives resultant vector. This is what? R bar. It is making an angle alpha with respect to A. So, let us take some points O, A, B, C. So, to calculate R, we should know this should be a right angle triangle, right? But this is not right angle triangle, this is makes an angle. So, what we can do? We make it right angle triangle by extending, by drawing a tangent from B to D. Now, see, OBD is a right angle triangle. This angle also what? Theta. Understood? Here what is theta? Angle between, what is theta? Angle between two vectors. Alpha, angle made by R with x axis or A bar, or with we can say that with A bar, no problem. Now, OBD is a right angle triangle, is it right? Now, we can easily calculate OB. First, from triangle, I want to calculate CD and BC, right? From triangle BCD, see BCD, I want to know CD, I want to calculate BD, right? CD I want to calculate means what? Cos theta. Cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse, CD by CB. That implies CD is equal to CB cos theta. What is CB? B cos theta. Is it right? Same triangle, sin theta is equal to opposite side. What is opposite side? BD by CB. That implies BD is equal to B sin theta. Now, we got these two sides, B cos theta and B sin theta. What we have to calculate ma? R. Since OBD is a right angle triangle, so from right angle triangle OBD, is it right? Hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. What is hypotenuse? OB square is equal to side. We should not take OC because OC is not OCD, B is not right angle triangle. So, we should consider OD whole square plus BD whole square. What is, okay, I can rewrite this as OB square is equal to OD is the combination of OC plus CD. So, OC plus CD whole square plus BD square. Take only magnitude. From this, what you can write? From the diagram, OB is equals to R, OC is equals to A, CD is equals to B cos theta, and BD is equals to B sin theta. All the values we are going to substitute in the above equation. Substitute. What is OB? R square. OC A, CD B cos theta whole square plus BD is what? B sin theta whole square. So, this is in the form of A plus B whole square. So, you can write as R square is equals to A square, B is B cos theta. So, B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta. Here if you observe that here B square cos square theta, here B square sin square theta, what we can write? R square is equals to A square plus, if you take B square common, what do you get? Cos square theta plus sin square theta plus 2AB cos theta. What is cos square theta plus sin square theta? 1. So, we got the resultant finally as R square is equals to A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. That is it. We got magnitude of resultant vector. Yes? Is it right? What is that? Sin square there. R is equals to root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So, this is magnitude of resultant vector. What about direction, ma? It is making alpha, right? Yes. Tan theta is equals to opposite side is BD, adjacent side is OD. So, I can write this as what? Tan alpha is equals to opposite side is BD by adjacent side is OD. What is BD? Let us write later. BD by, again, what is OD? OC plus CD. So, what is BD is B sin theta, OC is A plus B cos theta. So, this gives what? Direction. So, we derived magnitude and direction. Let us see that. I am applying some cases, right? Case 1, that is, this is A bar, this is B bar, right? Instead of they are making an angle, they are moving along same direction. If they are moving along same direction, here the angle is theta. If they are moving along same direction, what do you get? Theta is equals to 0, means R is equals to root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 0. Cos 0, 1, that is nothing but root of A square plus B square plus 2AB. So, we can write as root of A plus B whole square, square root cancel, R is equals to what? A plus B. So, both vectors are moving along same direction, the resultant is along same direction. We should add these two vectors. For example, this is 2i, this is 3i, we can get 5i. What about tan alpha? Tan alpha is equals to, we have formula, right? B sin theta is 0 by A plus B cos 0. Sin 0, 0, cos 0 also 0, this is 0, alpha is 0. So, the resultant vector move along like this. This is A plus B, right? For example, sir, if both are moving along perpendicular direction, okay, let us see that. This is B bar, this is A bar. The angle is how much? 90 degrees. Let us take the resultant. R is equals to root of A square plus B square plus 2AB cos 90. Cos 90 how much? 0. The total term becomes 0. So, root of A square plus B square. This is the resultant. What about our tan alpha? Tan alpha is equals to B sin 90 by A plus B cos 90. Sin 90 1, cos 90 0. So, b by a. From this, alpha is equals to tan inverse of b by a. So, we can say that the resultant is along the direction which is having more magnitude. For example, b is 5, a is 2. So, the resultant is near to, we can say that, for example, this is 5, this is 2, the resultant is near to 5. If it is 5, it is also 5, then it is making an angle what? 45. Because if a is equals to b, alpha is equals to tan inverse of 1, nothing but 45 degrees. Is it right? And last case, for example, the particles are both moving along opposite direction, means this is a and this is b. What do you get? Theta is equals to 180. R is equals to root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos 180, nothing but cos 180 minus 1, a square plus b square minus 2ab, sorry, r is equals to a minus b. So, the resultant is a minus b. If a is greater, it moves along positive direction. If b is greater, they move in opposite direction. So, this is the way to calculate the resultant of two vectors by using parallelogram law of vector addition. So, what is vector addition? If two sides of a parallelogram represents two vectors having magnitude and direction, then the diagonal passing through it gives resultant vector. So, for this we have taken the assumption that two vectors a bar and b bar represents two sides of a parallelogram. Theta is the angle between two vectors. Because in parallelogram opposite sides are equal, we draw a bar and b bar. Alpha is the angle made by the resultant with a bar. Since OBC is not a right angle triangle, it is difficult to find R. For this, what we done? We draw a tangent from B to D and extend it from C to D. Now, we need to calculate C to D and B to D. We got the triangle BCD. From that, cos theta is equals to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side is CD, hypotenuse is CB. B cos theta. Similar way, BD is equals to B sin theta. Now, from OBD triangle, hypotenuse square is equals to side square plus side square. R square is equal, sorry, OB square equals to OD square plus BD square. Again, OD is what? OC plus CD. So, OB is equals to R, OC equals to A, CD is equals to B cos theta, BD is equals to B sin theta. Substitute the values. R square is equals to A plus B cos theta whole square plus B sin theta whole square. This in the form of what? A plus B whole square. So, we can write A square plus B square cos square theta plus 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta. Have you seen here B square cos square theta, B square cos square theta? What is common? B square. If you take common, B square cos square theta plus sin square theta are nothing but 1. So, R square is equals to what? A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Here R is equals to root of A square plus B square cos square, sorry, B square plus 2AB cos theta. We find direction and we have taken different cases. We proved we can find the result of two vectors at any angle by using parallelogram law of vector addition. Next class, because we have a doubt that, sir, can we have only two vectors? No. We have n number of vectors, but we can add only two vectors by using this method. If we have more than two vectors, what we can do? We have one more law, that is called polygon law of vector addition, that we are going to discuss in the next class. Thank you, students.